are live. Welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, Blake Ruffino. This is Are You Serious Sports? We hope that you guys are making it a good one. We know that we are as well. Huge show in store for you tonight. How does LSU – well, let me back up. LSU is going to win the SEC West this Saturday. It's going to happen. LSU is going to win the SEC West this weekend. Book it, hook, line, and sinker. It's going to happen. I'm calling my shot. I am calling my shot. Down goes Ole Miss this Saturday to Alabama, and LSU takes care of business at 11 a.m. against way down yonder on the Chattahoochee. It gets hotter than a hoochie coochie. Arkansas Razorbacks. I've never seen. Never mind, I'm not going there. Not going there. I was going to say I've never seen so many country people in one stadium in all of my life, but I've been to Tennessee. Anywho, we're going to go take that boot back as well, baby. The team is fired up to do it. So we'll give you our keys to victory. I got I think 3 really good keys to victory here tonight. What LSU is going to have to do to win on Saturday morning. What I think they are going to do on Saturday morning, and why you're going to win the West. In part of that, we'll talk about the SEC. I will talk a little bit about Ole Miss, Alabama. We won't go the full SEC here tonight. We'll do that Saturday morning. But since these 2 games, Ole Miss versus Alabama and LSU versus Arkansas, is tied into one another, we'll talk about both of them and why we'll be going to Hotlanta. What does it say for Brian Kelly? You know, look, I don't know. Look, I don't listen to people, a lot of other podcasts or stuff like that. So maybe somebody else is talking about this. What does it say for Brian Kelly if they win Saturday and they win the West in year 1? Like, I think we kind of touched on it a little bit. I don't think that we've gone full tilt. Like, I'm talking about, like, what's the legacy behind that? Like, what does that mean moving forward? Like, I saw a comment today, an AYS listener named Lacey saying, I don't trust BK. I won't trust BK for the first 4 or 5 years he's here. What? Do what? If he wins the SEC West in year 1 when people thought he was only going to win 7 games, well, then that's on you. That's on you. We'll get to a recruiting update tonight. LSU continues to hit the recruiting trail as they have 25 scholarship guys in the boat right now from high school. Some things we're hearing about the portal, maybe how LSU attacks it now. They have a couple of big key guys that they're still going after. We'll touch on that as well. Don't forget to subscribe to the AYS message board, ayssnetwork.com. Dropped a pretty massive recruiting. Actually, it's probably to date the biggest recruiting update that I've ever given you. Detail per detail. Detail per detail. So nevertheless, we'll talk about that. And as we do every Tuesdays and Thursdays, hashtag Ask Blake. Thoughts, concerns, questions. We get to it all. Fire it in here. We'll get to as many of these questions as we can. Pooh Bear says, the champ is here. Yes, I am. Thank you. Yes, I am. The champ is here. Yes, I am. Okay. Let's get to a couple comments, though, before we get started. Neil Farrell Sr. says, hell yeah, baby. As Neil Farrell Jr. has been doing some good things out there in Las Vegas. What's going on, Mr. Neal? It's been a hot little minute since your man left LSU. Good to see you, my friend. Hope all is going well. Tell your son that we wish him well here at AYS. Joe Mayo says, preach, baby. Yeah, guys, I'm telling you. Like here's my locks of the week. My locks of the week, LSU taking down Arkansas and than Ole Miss losing to Alabama. Guys, there's things that I'm hearing. Like, there's things that I'm hearing about the focus and how the players are locked in at LSU this week. I don't see it. Jesus Christ Almighty would have to, well, let me not say that there would have to be a lot that goes wrong in this game for LSU to lose. It's going down. I don't care if it's colder than Antarctica. I don't care if a witch's titty pops out. We winning. We are winning. I'm just telling you. Christopher says, keys to victory, hand warmers, going to be 38 degrees at kickoff. We're going to kick. I'm telling you, we're about to roast some hogs, baby. Time to roast some hogs. Time to go now. Hey, look, listen. Thursdays, I kind of do a little bit of a pep talk. Here we go. Listen, everything's on the line. I get that everything was on the line last week. Everything's on the line. Championship teams, when they take down elite programs, and if you tell me that Alabama's not an elite program, then you need to go stick your head in the toilet, because they are. And might as well flush that son of a gun too. Everything is in front of you. Let's go take it. Champions don't ask questions. Champions go and take what's theirs. Champions takes what's theirs. We're going to do that on Saturday. I'm telling you. Here we go, baby. Everybody was calling me a buffoon when I picked LSU 31-28 last week. Anywho, the eye in the sky doesn't lie, or the eye right here in front of me doesn't lie. Oh, yes, indeed. Big Cojones Kelly on YouTube. I'm pretty sure this is Ryan. DJ Flava says, let's go whip some pig arse. Yep, I agree. Van Bennett says, pork chops on the menu Saturday. I think I do want me a pork chop for lunch this upcoming Saturday. Okay, buddy, Dane Bergeron says, let's go, Blake. Yep, let's do it. Let's do this thing. Meet me in the parking lot. It's going down. Meet me in the trap. It's going down. Pooh Bear says, shout out to the 251 and Mr. Farrell. I mean, this man. Oh, shout out to the 251. I love Mobile. I really do. Let me tell you something. There are things like, so on Twitter, by the way, shout out to Elon. We've had Twitter Blue. I probably should have, talk about this. Guys, I've had Twitter Blue for over a year. I'm not taking it down because he's giving people badges. I'm not doing it. We post a 3-minute video 4 or 5 days a week. I'm not going to unsubscribe to what me and my team's doing. Just not going to do it. Anywho, but I completely forgot where I was going with that, but I don't know where the 2-5. Oh, I was thinking about this on Twitter. There's a guy that is an Arkansas fan that's on Twitter. His name's Mr. Whipsy. He said, what's up? I need a plumber in the 501. And I said, damn, dog. LSU stressing you out that bad? See, I thought that was going to go viral, but nobody else besides me thought that was funny. My man got the shits. My man's nervous about Saturday. Ryan says that brass brazier ain't holding LSU down. Brass brazier. Zach, Pooh Bear, can y'all tell me what this is in reference to? I literally have no idea. Man literally killed 2 hogs last weekend. Says I already got a head start on killing hogs. Yeah, man, got 2 of them. It's what they do out there in the 318-3-1 great. It's what they do, man. Hey, don't kill hogs. You ain't gonna eat. LSU Tigers. I don't know who this is. Says if KJ doesn't play, then this game is going to be a blowout. We'll see if he does. Steve Young, the one that played with the 49ers, says Brian Kelly is that dude. I don't expect him to allow the team to have a letdown game. It's not in his DNA. Well, we'll see. We will see. Oh, look at this one. Tristan Williams has placed a single bet of 400 big ones to cover the spread, was that too aggressive? I don't think it. Well, let me just say this. I mean, it depends on how much money you bring in, Tristan. You know what I mean? Like, if you make $100,000 a year, you ain't got no kids, you ain't got no wife, then no, it ain't. So just telling you, I don't know if it really is. I really don't know if it is. Dip on YouTube says you have to kill a hog before any other animals in some states. That you do. That's not a lie. Brandon Reese says on ESPN, they said BK can become the third SEC head coach in the last 30 years to win the West Division in his first year. Les Miles in 2005 was the first one, and Gus Malzahn in 2013 did it as well. That'd be interesting. Les had some success. I saw this today, too. A lot of people were tagging me and asking me about who's the most accomplished LSU football coach of all time. Guys, that's Les Miles. Like, stop. Like, I get Nick Saban's great, and he won you your first national title. He changed things around LSU. Les Miles sustained it for a longer period of time. He got to 2 national titles. He won one of them. And quite honestly, look at the wins. Nick wasn't here that long enough for you to give him that mantle. He just wasn't. I get he is who he is, but yeah. Chris English, and then we'll get started, says, Blake, what's up with people saying Saban is the greatest LSU coach ever? There you go. Yeah, and so I don't, and Chris, to that point, I really don't know. Like, I really don't know. I don't get that one. It's obviously Les. I mean, I don't like Les. I was never a big fan of Les. But you can't fire a coach that wins 10 games a year on average. You can't do it until the very end when it started getting really bad. I lied. Stephen Fry, our good friends over at Fry Construction. I can't find the overlay guy. Oh, here it is. Over at Fry Construction says, love me some good Razorback cracklins. Well, you know what I love, guys? I love Fry Construction and Dirt Services, site work and land development, oil and gas services, commercial construction, aggregate and soil hauling, waste containers, and demolition. They do it all. Give them a call today at 337-457-5100. Let them know that Blake Ruffino at AYS sent you on by. All right, guys, let's get this thing rolling. Let's get this thing started. Everybody do us a favor, though, by hitting a like and share. Share to all of those Facebook groups. So many of you are watching us live right now here on Facebook. Stop, collaborate, and listen. Hit the like, hit the share. Share to everything humanly possible. LSU groups, your own social media pages. We greatly appreciate you doing that. If you're listening to us on YouTube, like, subscribe, notification bell, all of that good stuff. Special shout out to our good friends over at TuneIn Radio and XM Radio for hosting tonight's show as well. Wherever you listen to audio podcasts, rate, review, subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. All right, Zachy, hit that bell. It's time to pay the bills. We'll be back in a minute. Talk some LSU. Why they're going to win the SEC West this Saturday or clinch it next. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way for you to wager on all of your favorite sports, contests, events with the first-to-market odds and lines. Find reviews for all the news for each league, including Major League Baseball, NFL, NBA, NHL, combat sports, college sports, esports, and even golf. BetOnline continues to be the top online resource for all of your sports information for live in-game betting, props, and futures. Head on over to BetOnline today and use your mobile device to join and make your first sports bet. Use our promo code BELIEVE50, that's BELIEVE50, BLEAV 50, to receive your 50% off welcome bonus on your first deposit. That's betonline.ag, betonline.ag. With over 65 years of experience, nobody is better equipped to service in your vehicle than GM Varnado & Sons. RV repair, big rig overhauls, motorhome chassis, routine maintenance, tire rotations, tire sales. No job is too big or too small over at GM. If you break down the side of the road in the greater Baton Rouge area, they will come and get you. And the best thing about that is that they can come and get you, and then they can bring your vehicle back to their shop and start the repairs right then. Again, GM Varnado & Sons. Go see them over at 2500 Fuller Boulevard. Give them a call at 225-664-9992. 225-664-9902. Tell them your good friend Blake Ruffino sent you on by. All right, everybody hit the like and share. Let's get this thing rolling, y'all. Let's get this thing rolling, y'all. Chris English says, I'm with you. I tried to tell them it was less. Look at the numbers. Yeah, you can't. I mean, come on, man. Come on. Brian Kelly's Big Old Nuts on YouTube says, it'll end up being BK. Bet that. Now, that's a name right there, guys. Brian Kelly's Big Old Nuts. That's a name. Steven on YouTube says, BK might be the best, might be the football gods giving us LSU fans what they took away when Saban left LSU and started a dynasty at Bama a few years later. Maybe. Nick says, my good buddy Nick Rizzuto says, for that baby girl, I'm assuming Nick sent some stars, maybe. I'm assuming. I don't see him, though. I don't see him. But if you did, Nick, thank you so much. BKBN says, well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Focus on clapping some hog cheeks. That I agree with him. And Chris Lomax says, hashtag Ask Blake, I thought BK wouldn't win the big game or recruit. BK's going to be Nick Saban's daddy. I'm not going to go there either. Nick Saban still, Nick Saban is still, and Alabama still has the number one overall class. I'm not going to take that away from them. They deserve it because they're out there recruiting at a very high level. I'm not going to, come on. Like, I mean, I might go on a whole Ruffino's rants on that one on the Saturday morning show. I think people are getting a little too carried away about the dynasty being over. Guys, they've lost 2 games. Like, calm down a little bit now. Like, if recruiting starts taking a hit, they start losing more than 2 games this season, like, calm down a little bit. Like, when's the last time Nick Saban's lost 3 games in a year? Was it 2008? Guys, he's won. In the last decade, he's had more seasons where he's won or not lost 3 games or more than 2 games than he hasn't. So, I mean, relax a little bit. Like, you got to give the man a little bit of a benefit of the doubt. You got to give him a little benefit of the doubt. But that's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. Let's talk about this game on Saturday. Let's talk about some keys to victory. Here are my 3 big keys. Now, I'm going to maybe give a little bit of a pep talk and then get to these keys of victory. Let me just say this. And last week, I challenged the LSU guys to believe that they could do it. If you remember last Thursday, I came out here and I was screaming and purple-faced and yelling from passion and saying you could do it, right? Like, you can go out there and beat them, and LSU did. Wednesday on the Believe Network, our good, the team that we're a part of in the Believe Network, they asked me to do a video for the big game this week. I said 31-28 LSU. It's 33-32. So here's what I'm seeing in this team and some things that I'm hearing around this team. Guys, I don't think that we have to worry from their preparation, right? From LSU's preparation that I've heard about this week. The focus that's been in tune this week has been amazing. Has been absolutely amazing. If you watch LSU Gold yesterday, whenever they released it, a lot of the same stuff. But here's the bottom line. Regardless if it is attention to detail, and this goes all into it. So if I'm leaving out something specific, just know I'm talking about the overall big picture. There's everything to play for. Now, Zach did a hype video in the beginning of the year. And the one line that I said in there was, you come to LSU if you're Brian Kelly to win national titles, and this team could be scary good and surprise a lot of people. They're doing that right now. Now you're in the position, you're in the place where all you got to go do this Saturday is go win. Now you got to continue to win because there's more than just the SEC West on the line. There's the SEC championship game, and there is a playoff spot. I don't give 2 absolute Rudy poos I can count how many Rudy Poos I don't give. Look, if an SEC team with 2 losses wins the SEC championship, they're going to the playoff. I don't care what's going on with Tennessee. They're going to let them in because it is the SEC. They're not going to let LSU go to Georgia in Atlanta and beat Georgia and keep LSU out. It's not going to happen. Prepare. Focus. Know your assignments. Know your alignment. The process that Brian Kelly has continued to preach to you about. If you do those things and you play your absolute best, balls to the wall, I don't give a Rudy Poo. I don't give a Rudy Poo about what the temperature is going to be. Great teams can run the football too. Great, and really and truthfully, it plays into LSU's strength a little bit to go out there and run the football. Go out there and take what's yours. Go out there and take what's yours. What did they have LSU in the SEC West this year? 5th? Right? 5th or 6th? Now it's yours. It's out there for the taking. Grab that apple. Go and take it by the cojones. Grab the bull by the horns, because I promise you, everything's out in front of you. Everything's out in front of you. Don't let some Rudy Poo kid from Arkansas take what's yours. Because I promise you this, if you win the game on Saturday, you're going to Hotlanta. I promise you. I don't see Ole Miss going out there to Tuscaloosa. I think that game's in Tuscaloosa. Guys, bean count me if I'm wrong there. But I don't see them, regardless, any which way that Alabama's going to lose. Game's in Oxford. Okay. Well, you know what's interesting about that stat? Carter Bryant brought this up. Teams that have back-to-back road games usually lose one of the two. You know who had back-to-back road games and lost the first one? Ole Miss when they played LSU this season. Alabama lost the first one. Now they got to go to Ole Miss. I think that they're beating Ole Miss. I thought that game was in Tuscaloosa. That was my fault. That's my fault. They're still going to win. They're still going to win. They're not going to experience anything like they did last Saturday night from that crowd. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Everything's in the taking. Everything's for the taking. Here's the keys to victory, though. But I do want to get to this because Penn Jones is dropping absolute bags all over the place. Bada-bop, bada-bop, 99.99. He said, Blake, 10% to the church, 10% to Blake off last week's winnings. Okay. So Penn took a little bit of okay. Well, God dang it, Penn. If that's 10%, then what you make, Big Daddy? Shee. God damn it, Penn. Man making some money up in this thing. Man is making some monies. Thank you, Penn, for the super chat. $100 super chat. Thank you so much for doing that. Penn, you know you're my guy. I always appreciate it, and you know I love it. And I love that you do it. Thank you so much. You know I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Let me say this. Here's my keys to victory. 3 major keys to victory this week. Look, I said this Monday or Tuesday. I'll continue to say it, and I want to preach this, and I want to scream it from the rafters. Although I just said that you can go out there and do it, I think LSU should and could win by 14, 21 points. I think that that's plausible. But don't get it twisted. Don't let Arkansas losing to Liberty. Don't let what Vegas is saying come a little bit to fruition. Arkansas still has dudes, right? Arkansas still has some guys on that squad that can do some really good things. Look, and I've mentioned this before. You got to be prepared for Arkansas to attack you. This is a rivalry game. Guys, and what do we know about college football and rivalry games? A lot of times in rivalry games, it is a little bit closer than what the experts think. We saw LSU just take down Alabama in a 13.5-point spread. I don't think Arkansas is beating LSU. I'm just saying Arkansas has some pieces. Now, if KJ isn't playing, yes, I do expect LSU to win pretty big and pretty massive because I don't think Malik Hornsby is good enough to take down LSU. He's not Jane Daniels. He's not a – oh. This water just squirted all over me. No pause. God bless it. Anywho, don't say, here comes poo. What squirted on you? Something like that. Watch. But they have dudes. Look, Drew Sanders is an absolute stud. Their middle linebacker, Arkansas's middle linebacker, 74 tackles, 7.5 sacks, leads the SEC in sacks, is a dude. Nudie McLaughlin, LSU's former DB. Guys, he's playing at a very high level. Go look at his PFF grade. Go watch the film. Playing really well. Now, does he get handsy? Does he get grabsy? Yes. And does that benefit LSU? Yes. Their defensive line has played somewhat well. Now, they've had struggles at other positions. Bumper Pool's not, has been banged up. Their secondary at Arkansas has been really bad this season. They should not be able to hang up with LSU. But you have to go into this game understanding that they're no pushover. They're not, and I don't mean this to the smaller schools that LSU's played this year. They're not a group of 5 team. They're not an FCS school. They're not they're not Southern that you played in the beginning of the year. They're still an SEC. They're still an SEC opponent. They are still an SEC opponent that you got to take very seriously. Now, about these guys on defense, I'm not saying stay away from Dwight McLaughlin, but I think Dwight McLaughlin this season has played so much better than guys like Eli Ricks that was on your team a season ago. There's a lot of guys, you got to be able to run the football. I think LSU can. I think that Arkansas has shown a proponency to, once it gets in the look, like this game could be 0-0 at the end of the first quarter, but as the game goes on, they start wearing down. LSU has shown throughout this season that they don't wear down during 4 quarters. Lean on them. A lot like we talked about in the in the Ole Miss game. Look, if you're getting 2 and 3 yards running the football early in that game, don't freak out. Don't panic. Stay with it because you'll be able to lean on them, and your front 5 guys on the offensive line will be able to lean on them and push them around. Now, I don't know if Brian Kelly has mentioned this yet or not. Maybe I should check Twitter. But I think Garrett Dellinger is going to play a little bit. I think he might be a little bit in the rotation, that they might work him into that rotation a little bit. So if and when they do, I think LSU has 6 really good young men along the offensive line that you can rotate in and out, especially in that interior, that can really do some good things. Now, I don't know how many snaps Garrett Dellinger is going to be on, but I have been told he's going to be on a pitch count this weekend. Lean on them. A lot of times, and we mentioned this last week, Arkansas plays a defense in a 3-3-5, a 3-2-6 type of defense where they really don't like for teams to hit them over the top. They don't like to allow, and they don't really allow a lot of plays to hit them over the top unless you start running the football on them and they bring guys down into the box. Take what you got to take early in the game. If they want to give you 7 and 8 yards a pop, go down the field. Bada bop, bada bop, bada bop. Run them down the field. Get that defense tired. I promise you they will finally go to man-to-man coverage, and you can hit them over the top. I got to tell you this. What makes me feel really good about this is that Jane Daniels is the kind of quarterback that you have, or that you can, that really all season has proven that he's going to give what the defense takes him. So for that reason alone, I think that Jane Daniels is going to be the ultimate reason. Like, he's not going to try to force the ball down the field in a coverage he has no business doing it. If he does that, then that ultimately means that maybe it's a one-off, but don't do anything special. Listen, number two for me is defensively, this game does match up well for LSU. Kendall Browse likes to run the football. He likes to run the football with his big back and Rocket Sanders. He likes to run the football with his quarterback and KJ Jefferson. We all know at this point in time he's still a little banged up. Guys, I wouldn't change anything defensively what you showed last week. Keep Harold Perkins on the field at all times. What's crazy about this is the simple nature that you're running technically a 4-3 defense the entire game because Harold Perkins is so dynamic that, quite frankly, he just gives you an ability to be able to protect the run and gives you the ability to protect the pass. They're going to want to run the football on you. Their offensive line has shown that they can be physical, but I will admit this. I don't know if Arkansas is ready for this front seven. This front seven's played really well these last couple of weeks. They've played really, really well these last couple of weeks. I don't think Arkansas is going to be able to get a lot going. I really don't. Now, will they score 14 points? Yeah, I think that they could do that. But ultimately, I think this front seven wants to continue to show that they're a lockdown defense. Number 3, don't outcoach yourself. Don't outcoach yourself. What do I mean by that? Don't try to do anything special if the game is tight midway through the second quarter. Now, this offense has not shown, at least, that they've pressed any. But I do wonder if LSU and the coaching staff wants to go out there and make a statement this weekend. Just, again, some things that I hear. Just do you. Just do you. Don't do anything special. Get the ball to your playmakers out in space. Throw a couple screens. We've seen Arkansas has been horrendous in the defensively in the pass game versus some outside screens, getting the ball back out of the backfield, stuff like that. They've been really bad at it, at least in the film that I've seen. Get it out to Boutique, get it out to Neighbors, get it out to Thomas, get it out to Taylor or Mason Taylor, get it out to Jack Besh if you can rotate him in a little bit, and be done with it. So those are my 3 keys to victory. Okay. Brandon Graziano, who saved me from having to shave my beard. So, I mean, this man, if there's any comment that this man throws inside the chat, you bring it up. You start it, okay? Brandon Graziano, the Italiana is my new favorite friend here. Italians must stick together. But he says, do you know if KJ will be starting? I really don't, Brandon. I really don't. I don't mean this in a biased way because they're playing LSU. Like, I would say this even if they weren't. I don't think that they should. Quite honestly, I really don't think that they should. If he's that bad, if they want to win or any chance, like, guys, did you see the Liberty game? Did you watch the Liberty game? I mean, man, he did not look good, man. He didn't look good. He looked hurt. I don't know if something has got like is he better? Has his shoulder gotten a lot better, or the clavicle, whatever they're gonna call it? I don't know. But I will promise you this: if that guy plays on Saturday, temperature or not, because what nobody's talking about is Arkansas's got to play in the temperature as well. Well, Blake, they live in it. Yeah, I get it. They're not going to live in it in the same amount of time. It's still going to hurt KJ Jefferson just as much to take that hit on that shoulder. Like, I don't care if he's big as a Mack truck. It's still going to hurt like hell. Chris English says Liberty was also able to get pressure with their front four. They did. A lot of it, too. Yeah, we got it. A lot of it. Doug Ray says, #Ask Blake, how is your boy Mike Jones been? Well, I mean, guys, y'all ask me every single episode. I keep saying the same thing. I mean, he's doing good, man. He's on special teams. I mean, read in, call, the guys, you know why he's not been playing. Come on. I am not Mark. I guess a Tennessee fan says shrimp gumbo and pork jambalaya, call it surf and turf. Yeah, I don't think we call it shrimp. I've never, correct me if I'm wrong, Louisiana people, I've never heard it called shrimp gumbo a day in my life. I've had seafood gumbo. I've never heard no shrimp gumbo. Now, I mean, obviously you could just have shrimp in it, but it's always called seafood gumbo from where I'm from. It's almost that time too, man. It's almost that time too to get some gumbo. Man, let me tell you something. There ain't nothing like a good thing of gumbo. And I asked people this a while back, and I thought I was going to be crazy. Y'all put potato salad in y'all's gumbo? All right, Pooh giving them one of them. All right, Pooh, I guarantee you it'll change your life. I guarantee it. Pooh, I ain't get this fat from just eating, honey buns with cheese on it. Just bought a Cadillac, throw some cheese on that bit. I'm telling you. All right. Crim M says Arkansas will play the best that they've ever played against us. The best that they've ever played against us. Darren McFadden would like a word. He said they always played up against us, no matter their record. Well, I want the golden boot, though. Yeah. Yeah, Penn did send a very big super chat. We talked about it. Yeah, death, taxes, and Penn being a big AYS dude. Penn knows we'll ride and die. Chris English says if JD5 wants to throw deep, we can beat that secondary. I agree. I agree. But what a lot of teams have done on film is when they start running the football and Liberty did this really well. When you start running the football effectively on them, then you start taking shots. I mean, everybody's done that. See, Penn Jones says seafood gumbo. Yeah, Penn, I've never, and so does Ryan, and so does Steven. Everybody says seafood gumbo. Brian says seafood gumbo in Southwest Louisiana. Yeah, I've never heard it shrimp gumbo. Uh-oh. Just bought a Big Mackie, threw some cheese on that bitch. Chris Lee says, first off, I don't think potato salad spelled like that. Potato. Potato salad. Oh, shit. Potato salad is good in gumbo. It is. My boy Chris, he's so hungry he spelled it wrong. Whoo! It is good though, Chris. I'm with you. Potato. Whoo! Oh man, Ryan says potato salad only in seafood gumbo. I think it goes good with any of them. Al says #Ask Blake, why do you think they don't run slant routes? Who do you mean, LSU? I think they do run slant routes. I can remember. I mean, Jeray Jenkins's touchdown against Florida and Florida State. I'm trying to think of the other games. Guys, help me out here if you remember. What was another game that Jeray Jenkins had a touchdown and it was a slant? They run slants. I mean, a lot of the RPOs that they're running is based off of some of the slant stuff. So, yeah. I don't ever really remember them. I mean, I remember them running a lot of slants though. I mean, you got Keyshawn Boutte. Now his really technically wasn't a slant. I mean, here's the thing of why it doesn't look like they're running a lot of slants too. A lot of them are getting dropped by Kayshawn, right? Like I would love to know if somebody could pull the stat for me. I wonder how many slants Kayshawn Boutte has dropped this season. Al says no slants against Bama. And Al, I actually disagree. If you go back and watch the film, they did it. They just didn't throw it. I mean, other things were open. You know, like I'm pretty sure it's the Malik Neighbors play, the one that he mauled Eli Ricks on. If I'm not mistaken, Brian Thomas. Well, no, remember Brian Thomas when we went down and scored the touchdown. Brian Thomas. It was the play before the 3rd and 7 run. Brian Thomas ran a slant and Jay Daniels missed him, threw it at his feet, and he missed him. That was a quick slant. They've run slants. Maybe they can run a little bit more of them. Chris says slants are working against Arkansas all day. Yeah, because they play out. They play outside the coverage. They're going to play back. It's definitely going to work. It's definitely going to work. Steve Young says Mason Taylor is a huge mismatch versus Arkansas. I can agree with that. Taylor says Mississippi State. Yeah, I think it was Mississippi State was the other game. I do think Mississippi State was the other game. Let me do this too, because I do want to get his recruiting update and around the SEC. We've been in it for 45 minutes. Let's do this really quickly too. Let's get to a really quick break, like really, really quick break, and we'll return. Let's talk about our good friends over at Gramco. We return in a minute. I got some recruiting update. Let's finish talking LSU, Arkansas. I want to go around the SEC and talk Alabama and Ole Miss. And I got to flip my notes because the page are stuck together. So let's do that next. Let's get to a quick break. We'll be right back in a minute. Guys, I've got to talk to you about our good friends over at Gramco. They are the Delta 8 company based out of the state of Florida. They're founded by college football junkies just like you and I am not sure if you're familiar with Delta 8, but you need to be. Gramco is the absolute leader in this field, and they have phenomenal products that I just need to tell you about. First off is the Wake and Bake coffee that is absolutely spectacular. The gummies are as well, as they're the best in the market. So go to thegramco.com right now and use the promo code AYS25. That's thegramco.com, AYS25 promo code to get 25% off of your order. Jump on this fast as it is perfect for holidays, anniversaries, and everyday use. Gramco is hemp-derived and completely legal inside of the state of Louisiana. No medical card is needed, and shipping is very discreet. You must be 21 years older to order. Again, that's thegramco.com. Use that promo code AYS25. Yeah, so guys, as soon as we go live on Thursdays, Brian Kelly comes out and does a press conference. Guys, put up any picture of Brian Kelly right here. I want to play this really quickly because he just said this in his press conference. So if we can just put up any random pic of him, here we go. Listen to this. This is Coach Brian Kelly just now in his LSU press conference. Listen to him.
We won't have any excuses for, this being anything else but, performing against, a really good Arkansas team. So our preparation has been good. Our attention to detail, all the things necessary to go on the road in the SEC and play a really, good football team. So, our guys understand what's at stake, but they stayed focused on the right things. And that's, the things they can control, right? They can't control anything else but their preparation. They did a nice job. We won't have any.
So that's LSU head coach Brian Kelly talking just now to the media. Look, man, like I was just telling you earlier in the show, I mean, this team has stayed really focused and locked into what their task at hand is. I just don't see it, guys. I just don't see it. How on YouTube, I don't know what he's trying to say. It says, it's because Jaden Daniels always throws behind the receivers. Johnson had chemistry with Boutte and would hit him in stride. That's not the reason. You can't – it's not all of the reason. No, it's not. And look, it's stuff like this that – come on. I mean, guys, if you're hitting – listen, if the ball is hitting you right here, right? Like, I get that the ball's behind you and nobody's around you. Like if the ball is a little bit off and it's still hitting you right here, I get that you're running full speed. First round prospects make that catch. I don't give two Rudy Poos what you tell me. I don't give a damn. You got to catch that. Stop that, man. Stop that. Come on now. Come on. I mean, y'all really gonna tell me the one against Alabama that hit Kayshon Boutte in his upper rib cage, he ain't supposed to catch it? Stop that shit now. Stop it. Act like y'all have played football before. Come on now. Come on now. Stop that. Uh-oh, do we have some breaking news? Did Sam Pittman just say KJ Jefferson is doubtful for the game Saturday? All right, guys, let's try to find this if we can. It would be big. It would be massive. It would be massive if KJ Jefferson is doubtful. It would be massive. Now, I don't know if this is true or not. Let's see if we can find and see if this is legit or not. Let's see if this is legit or not. Chris English says, play wide receiver in high school and college. Always taught that if the ball hits the hands, it must be caught. And if it hits you in the rib cage, it's got to be caught too. Like, come on, dude. Come on. Come on. Y'all stop that now. Y'all stop that. All right, I want to get to this recruiting update really quickly, and then I want to go around the SEC, and we'll go ahead and we'll call it a night. Let me just say this. LSU has 25 scholarship players, okay? Or let me not say that. It's 25 commitments. 25 commitments from high school players already in this 2023 class. Guys, they're locking in on some more big targets. Now, I do hear that they're looking at some other things, and if you want to read this full article that gives a lot more detail, go to ayssnetwork.com. Subscribe today, guys. It's $7. I get it. I know Elon's asking you for $8, but I'm only asking you for $7. And I talk to you personally more than he does. Desmond Ricks, Javian Taviano, Nicholas Harbor. Now, here is how you do build a dynasty. And it doesn't mean that you have to build it like you got to get these three guys to do it. But let me just tell you this. 3 of those guys are 5 stars. If you're able to get all 3 of them, or at least 2 of them, guys, you're doing something pretty special. Like you're starting to get to a place where yeah, you might be building something pretty special. So I would just say this to the staff at LSU, especially the recruiting staff. I promise you, Ed Orgeron was a great recruiter. He's not as great as a recruiter as probably 20 people in the recruiting office that's constantly working the phones and getting guys to come here on unofficial visits when they have no business doing it. Guys, you were sitting us, it's no breaking news here, but you sit in a good spot for 5-star corner Desmond Ricks out of Florida. You sit in a good spot with another DB out of the state of Texas and Javian Taviano. You have Nicholas Harbor, who's coming in from the Maryland area. I think December the 2nd is what he told us or told her team. I don't remember the day offhand, but yes, I mean, you have the ability to really go after these guys. And look, taking down in Alabama gives you the right to say, you know what, man, Brian Kelly really is building something. Like he really is building something here. And I hear this all the time from people. right? Like I hear this all the time from people. What I mostly hear is that in season games don't matter for recruiting. In my personal opinion, it's just of my opinion. I'm not trying to disagree with a lot of people who are on the other side. It's of my personal opinion that's bull BS. Like that bull. Because you can't tell me that the way things that are affected from Alabama beating out or LSU beating Alabama Saturday night is not affecting Desmond Ricks and Javian Taviano. You can't tell me that. So go there, subscribe, read it was the biggest article I'd written probably ever on the message board. I thought it was extremely detailed. So go there and subscribe. Crying Belly says, Blake, Big Game Boomer said LSU was going to lose in a Twitter space today. I really don't give a shit. I really don't give a shit, Crying. I mean, I probably should go ahead and get him on the show. I should probably go ahead and get him on the show. I probably should do it tomorrow because we'll be able to do a show tomorrow, probably during the middle of the day. I probably should just ask him if he'll come on the show. But he's Crying. There's nothing at this point with Big Game Boomer. I don't know. He's not going to change if I bring him on this show or not. Like it's not going to change anything. So, I mean, what you want me to do? Yell at him and then him get, what's it going to do? I mean, other than great content, probably. I mean, we'll do it. If you want us to do it, we'll do it. I'll ask him. He said the same people that think in-season games don't matter are the same people that get mad over Blake running ads. Probably true. Probably true. Akon and LGZ says he's a waste of energy. Yeah, he is. I mean, he's really not right on a lot of things either. And I love him to death. Look, the guy produces really good content for a lot of other people. I mean, there's a lot of people that follow him. They think that he's right. And so I don't have a problem with him. I mean, he's never done me wrong in any way. I just think his takes suck. I'm not going to get mad and call and mad. I mean, we can debate, but there's nothing to get mad over a dude's sports take. Chris English says Brandon, he will have to play wide receiver. I don't know what that means. Roderick says we have a chance to finish in the top 3 class. Well, Roderick, I think that you have the ability and the chance to go a lot better than that. I think you have an ability to go a lot higher than that. So, look, you sit at 4 now, and if you get Desmond Ricks and Taviano, or you get 3 or 4, you flip a couple other kids here, you're sitting in a position where you're probably going to be number 2 or number 1. Like you could get there. You can get there. You start signing 5-star athletes, man. Like you start talking about 1 or 2, right? Like, and I will get to the point, right? Like I will get to the place where, if we end up in the top 5, like I'm waiting for the day. Now, I went off a little bit earlier this week. But yeah, Chris English says stars don't matter. Blake, hey, tell that. What about Harold Perkins? Does it matter about Harold Perkins? What about Will Campbell and Emory Jones? I agree with you to some extent. Chris, they hit more than they miss, though. Sometimes they miss on 5 stars, but come on now. Tell that to Harold Perkins. Oh, okay. Well, Chris, if you're being funny, put an LOL in that son of a bitch. You know what I mean? Like, don't leave me out there in the dark. Don't leave me out there in the dark. He says, I agree 100%. I was being sarcastic. Yeah, I don't know when Chris is being sarcastic because you argue with too many people. But nevertheless, I mean, you can get to 1 and 2. All right, let's end the show by doing this. I do think, and I thought, because I didn't have the notes in front of me when I was talking to you, I honestly did think the game between Ole Miss was in Tuscaloosa. I forgot that it was in Oxford. That's on me. but the game is in Oxford this week. I really don't think it matters, man. I just don't. I would love to know, guys. I don't know. I think you'd have to go back to 2009, or maybe 2010, the last time that Alabama lost in back-to-back weeks. I would love to know if Alabama under Nick Saban, maybe you'd have to go back to 2007. I would love to know the last time Nick Saban has lost games in back-to-back weeks. It's been a really, really, really long time. I don't see it. I still think Ole Miss, defensively, they can be run all over. And I think that Nick is going to go to Bill O'Brien and say, stop throwing the football so damn much. I really, really, really believe that. They got to get their running game going. They just have to. If Bryce Young throws for over 40 times against Ole Miss and they start getting in a shootout with Ole Miss, they're going to lose. They're going to lose. You run the football. Like Jahmyr Gibbs is one of the best running backs, if not the best running back in the country. Run the ball. Give him the ball on the ground 25 times. Take the ball a little bit out of Bryce Young's hands. Let him throw that thing 35 times and run it down Ole Miss's throat. No pause. Run, like cram it down their throats. All right, I think that, okay. Last time Nick Saban lost 2 games in a row. All right, here we go. 2013. Golly, man. So 9 years ago. It's been 9 seasons since they've done that. So, they lost to Auburn, and then they lost to Oklahoma. That's a good one. Okay. Hey, guys, one of you come up if you can remember the stat. Who was the quarterback for Oklahoma that year? Ready, go. Boo doo 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 doo. Zach, I could see you Googling it. It was Trevor Knight. I don't know who said this. He says, I only come up with things that I care about. Is that Zach or Pooh? Pooh, why don't you care? Pooh salty tonight, man. MP says, yes, it was Trevor Knight. That it was. It was not Baker. Frozen. Am I saying that right? Frozen? Is that his first name? Frozen? Says Baker. No, it wasn't Baker. But yeah, I just still, guys, for me, I think you got to give Jahmyr Gibbs and McClellan and Williams, y'all got to give him the ball. Y'all gotta run the ball 35 times to beat Ole Miss. Take it out of Bryce's hands a little bit. Let him rest up a little. That's just me. All right, guys. We'll see y'all again Saturday morning. Brad Wentz says, I said Jason White. Jason White was back in like the gap. I mean, that man was back in the big gap. It's like 2003. All right, let's get out of here. We'll see y'all Saturday morning. Go Tigers. Or no, we might do a show tomorrow. Yeah, we might do a show tomorrow. I know I said that. We might do it. Thank you to all the veterans out there. Pooh Bear is one of them. Thank you to Pooh Bear. Thank you, everybody that served our country. We will see you tomorrow. Till then, peace out, Girl Scouts.